All right, welcome back, everybody. 8:37. Americans spend, check this out, about $66 billion with a B dollars per year on weight loss products and services. That's crazy. That number goes up every year, but so does obesity rates, which is nuts as well. So what's the problem? Many say roller coaster dieting could be to blame. Is it? Angie Tillman joins us right now from Blount Memorial. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's mind-blowing that we spend billions of dollars every year on dieting, yet obesity rates are climbing?
So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out something's not working.
Clearly.
We're spending more and more money every year on weight loss products and services, and yet we're still gaining weight as a country. So something's not working.
Right.
And I see patients every day who are really sort of on a constant cycle of on again, off again. So they're either on a diet or off a diet, and it's usually fairly extreme in either direction. So I've either got to be this perfect, strict diet or forget it, throw caution to the wind, and it's sort of off the deep end the other direction. So in addition to just not being a very fun way to live, it's not very successful from a health standpoint. We see that chronic dieting, that off again, on again, leads to increased feelings of deprivation. It leads to increased binge eating. It leads to just poor body image. It can also lead to a decreased metabolic rate and really just a decreased sense of accomplishment and an increased sense of failure. So chronic dieting from a both emotional and physical standpoint is not a good thing, but it's really hard to find that where do I meet in the middle with something I can live with for the long term.
Well, yeah, I agree. And like with something coming out every week, a different diet plan, check this out, this has been proven, whatever, like, oh, I'll jump on that. You know, the keto diet's really big right now and everyone seems to jump on that. I tried it for a heartbeat, I didn't like it.
Well, and it's like, I hope, I think, and for many of my patients, it's a true health concern. I mean, they may be 50 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight. So it becomes this cycle of, I lost 50 pounds, so that was successful for me, but yet a year later I've gained back 60, maybe I just wasn't good enough at it, and maybe it's the whole concept of that on again, off again, strict dieting. So there's some benefits to all of the diets. You can pull some good stuff out, but it's how can I make it something I can live with?
So how do we break this?
So I think first of all, you have to really, number one, decide this isn't working. It's sort of that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And we really tend to do that with diets. Okay, maybe this new one, maybe it was just not, it was just me. I'll try that next one. I'll try that next one. So you really have to say, you know what, maybe just that cycle's not working. And then you want to really, number two, take a hard look at your normal habits. What am I doing in real life when I'm not overly obsessing about my diet? What's my normal habits? And what are one or two things that are my biggest challenges? So it may be overeating late at night. It might be eating out too much. It might be simply I have a pretty healthy diet. I choose healthy foods, but I overeat those foods, and I just overeat to the point of being uncomfortable or drink too much. You know, it's identifying, food, right? Absolutely, drinking too much sugary beverages, drinking too much alcohol. So it's sort of figuring out what are one or two things that might be those big challenges that I could identify. And then number three is make some small changes around those. But you've got to ask yourself, can I live with it? Yeah. Not can I do it for a month, but can I do it forever?
Can you do it forever? You got some books on hand. What's going on?
So 3 great resources. One is called, if you're really stuck in that diet mentality, that diet cycle, Body Kindness is a really good one by Rebecca Scritchfield.
Is it a good read?
It's a good read. Okay. I would encourage this for women particularly, especially if you've sort of been on that lifelong diet cycle. Number 2 is Health at Every Size. And then number 3 is Intuitive Eating. So these are 3 of my best resources for getting off the diet cycle and sort of finding that balance with health, eating well, but enjoying life. And have a drink, have a donut every once in a while, but enjoy life and move on and
yeah. And it'll save us money because we won't have to be spending money on all this other stuff that we don't need.
Right,
Angie
absolutely.
Tillman, thank you so much for joining us this morning. All right.